Assassin's Creed, I'll probably wait on that one till it goes down to 30 again. That's what I did with Odyssey. I thought Odyssey was decent, but didn't want to spend $60 on it. I got severely burnt out with Assassin's Creed. I've got like a little love-hate with them. But that's why I love this so much, because if you're a fan of Assassin's Creed in general, you're gonna love this game. This game is like what Assassin's Creed should be, in my opinion. Spider-Man and Assassin's Creed are two games I played. I paid $64. I love Assassin's Creed. See, I'm past giving Ubisoft $60 for that game. Ubisoft needs to do something better with it, especially after playing Ghost of Tsushima. They need to take notes. They need to do way better with Assassin's Creed, especially since this game came out, and since they just blew Assassin's Creed out the water. They need to go back to the drawing board, in my opinion, on Assassin's Creed. I'll never pay $60 for another Assassin's Creed. That's for sure. But like I said, that's just my stance on it. Oh. Come here, bitch. Let's go. I think Assassin's Creed kept their formula because not much market in that genre, but Ghost is a good competition for Assassin's Creed. See, that's the thing. Like, there's never been a competitor for Assassin's Creed, and I think that's the issue. Interesting what it is about this game that makes it better than Assassin's Creed. What is it about this game? Oh, I like hearing different perspectives. Okay, so I'll get a little ranty. Okay, so just please don't take what I say as like these are just my opinions. Like, I fully support people going and playing games they like to play and finding out for themselves and getting their own opinions about a game. Downgrade just said he loves Assassin's Creed, and I don't mean to shit all over Assassin's Creed. If you love a game, don't let my opinion sway your decisions on getting a game if you love a series, okay? I played through Assassin's Creed up until Black Flag. Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood are my favorite Assassin's Creed games. And the reason why I love them is because they took the time to craft such an amazing storyline for Ezio. The Ezio arc had a phenomenally well-written story. Good characters, good development. The Abstergo, like, real life aspect of it was a little hit or miss, but the actual core part of that story was so good. And they started to lose that when they started to do it every year. They started doing it annually. So for me, Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't that great. The ship battles were fun, but that's why I really like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, is because they took the best aspect of 3 and they just made a whole game out of it. But Black Flag still never felt like a true Assassin's Creed game to me. It just felt like a pirate game, like a really good pirate game. And then after that, I was sorely disappointed in every other Assassin's Creed release until Origins, but I just couldn't get into the setting of Origins, so I do not diss Origins for anything other than the fact that I didn't care for the Egyptian setting. It kind of dulled me. That's just a personal nitpicky preference. I love the direction they took with it, with like updating the combat system and making it a little bit more RPG like. Like, they did do a change with it that I liked. Same thing with Odyssey. Like, Odyssey is still kind of piggybacking off of Origins, and I love that they were trying to. Basically, they were trying. They didn't really do anything that made it feel like this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, this is amazing. But I like that they did better with it. I like that they tried to improve it. The problem with Odyssey was there was fetch quests everywhere. That game was fetch quests, the game, and the storyline was just kind of meh. But I like the setting more in that. I like the gameplay of the newer ones better. I think they're doing a better job with the gameplay, which is why I hope Valhalla is good. But I can tell Valhalla is just a copy of Odyssey, just in a different setting. You know, Valhalla is going to be exactly like what Odyssey was, with a couple of more mechanics, and that's it. Now, if they go back to a more linear story, that's why I think Ghost is better, because Ghost takes its time to focus in on a set story with really good characters. All of the side quests relate to the main game. You know, they weren't just quests to be filler. That's all Odyssey was. Odyssey and Origins had side quests that were just full on filler. It was just to make the game feel like it had shit in it. But really, a lot of the side quests mean nothing other than to gain some XP. The side quests in this game actually like help progress more of the story, and they also give you special things. Like there was a whole time where I got a whole entire armor set for doing some side quests. All this stuff had really good. All the quests in this game have a purpose, if that makes sense. Kind of like how The Witcher is. You know how The Witcher has like purpose? The Witcher side quests have purpose to them, and they relate to the world around you. The stuff in like Odyssey and Origins was all just kind of filler fetch questy stuff. And I think that's where it kind of comes back to me. I would love for Ubisoft to take like 4 years. I know that sounds like a lot of time, but take 4 years and just develop a new character. Go for another historical arc, pick a time period and run with it, and create really good characters that can go for a couple of games, and then take the time to build that out and flesh that out and make a really good game. Because the problem with Assassin's Creed is they become cookie cutter. They don't take enough time in between games to improve what they need to improve on. They just kind of pop them out. What you do is when you start getting a game system that works, when you get like game mechanics that work, like in Origins and Odyssey, they still didn't take time to develop good stories for those games. Which is where I feel like those games should shine, is in the story. The mechanics are easy to implement and tweak and work on, like how Ghost is. Ghost has like the good stealth mechanics, but it also has the good just run up and fight mechanics. So it's not fully like assassinating all the time, although I choose to play it more like that. It also just has a really good story, and you get really invested in the story. And I will tell you, Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, I had zero care about the story. I had zero care about the characters. Nothing ever shocked me in it. Nothing ever like made me go, oh shit. Like nothing ever just like, and maybe that's just my personal opinion. That could just be me. I will give Ubisoft props for trying to do something new, but it's not Ghost of Tsushima. If you start playing through Ghost of Tsushima, it completely like makes you go, wow. This is what happens when you spend time and work on a game and make it good. I forgot what that felt like.